Thank you, Brooke and Kristen and the museum for asking me to be a part of this. This has been really hard, and y'all are getting ready to hear me talk really fast, so bear with me. All right. So, I've been asked to talk about why art. There's a million warm, fuzzy reasons why those of us that are involved in the arts are involved in the arts, but the bottom line is that the arts are business, the arts are economic prosperity, and I feel that the arts are what is going to make mainland Northeast North Carolina thriving and vibrant. Right now we're kind of the redheaded stepchild out here hanging out in the fields with our pigs. I felt that way when I first moved here. I was like from the mountains and it was flat and I didn't think there was anything to do, but then I found Arts at Albemarle, or AOA as we call it. It was busy, it was thriving, it was bustling, and I was like, okay, it's going to be all right. There's obviously people here that are like-minded and that get the arts, or else this place would not exist. But how do I know that that's the direction we're headed? Well, it goes back to when Arts at the Albemarle was the Chesson department store. It was a dilapidated building the city had condemned. They were going to level it, turn it into a parking lot until a group of community citizens got together, and in this small little community, they raised $3.2 million and turned that building into a multicultural arts center. Present day, we are a major contributor to the economy of this region. We are the hub of downtown Elizabeth City. In fiscal year 14-15, we contributed $114,000 into the local economy just through our theater events alone. That was 44% over the prior year, which was great, but it still was actually a slow season. Right now, we're working to program very active, diverse performances with a goal of having at least one event or performance a week. And if we can do that, we will actually triple those figures. Another reason I know that this is the direction we're heading is because we are attracting so many new audiences to the arts and to AOA. A lot of you have probably heard about Splash. It's an annual happening where artists from the region, the state, as far away as Washington State and Maine, come to Elizabeth City for a week. They stay in the homes of our community members. They paint together. They take workshops. They go to events. They have a blast. They go back to their communities, tell everybody how wonderful it is. And basically, just on a grassroots level, it's branding Elizabeth City as an arts destination. Another new audience is the Center Society, which is a new group that has started in the last year, which is a young professionals and young parents fundraising and networking group. They get together, they plan monthly socials, they plan big events like the River City Rhythm and Brews, which is pictured here, happening next Saturday. Woo! And basically, it's identifying young leaders, and it's important because as they go on to assume roles in our community, they will know the importance of the arts and of our organization. Events in general are a major way we're drawing new audiences into the arts. AOA coordinates more events for downtown than any other organization locally. Our most successful event we're a part of is First Friday Art Walk, which draws anywhere from 300 to 800 people per month, first Friday of every month. A lot of people come down to socialize with their friends, but it still gets them into our galleries, it gets them seeing the art, and usually it ends up getting them involved in one way or the other. The visual arts are another new audience for us. The prior fiscal year, we brought in 522 visual arts students, and a lot of these students were here for multi-day workshops and classes, so they were staying in our hotels, eating in our restaurants, making an economic impact in the community. And another reason that the arts are the key to this community is just the sheer volume of talent. We have so many performers and artists in this community. And it might be because we're a community that supports the arts so people feel more comfortable kind of putting themselves out there. But I think it's because we start them early as well. The Center Players are our signature performing arts program. Started with 6 kids back in 2009, and now we're up to 50. They go to an annual national competition every year in Atlanta where they compete against 100 other groups. Last 2 years, they've won every single major award, nationally recognized. They're going on to the most prestigious art schools in the country. And this spring, we're getting ready to have our first ever student-directed production. Visual arts as well. We have a program called HAS-IT, which stands for History, Arts, and Science, where you as teachers can bring your students into downtown Elizabeth City, tour AOA, MOA, and Port Discover, our science center. Our arts and education program through AOA, we serve 5 counties by helping to program the arts in your school. I'm sure many of you know Billy Cottle, who does that for us. In the spring of 2016, we're actually bringing back music instrument classes due to demand by parents and students. So, lastly, there is just overall renewed interest in the arts and in our organization. In the last year, our membership has grown 40%. We're almost up to 500 members. And just already in the first 4 months of this fiscal year, we've raised over $20,000 in community support from business sponsorships. Our local government jumped this year from $31,000 up to $54,000. And the city, Elizabeth City, is a huge supporter of the arts, and that is a major key to all of this. Last year, they granted us money to put a arts education program in H.L. Tree Community School. This year, they're helping us provide a master class for our teachers, which I'll talk about in just a second. But basically, the end result is Elizabeth City is in the process of being branded as an arts destination. Downtown Elizabeth City, we are branding as the Harbor Arts District, and the more momentum we can get behind this, the more support we will have, the more we will be able to provide out to the community. And we all know the many studies that show that the greater role arts play in the community, the better our kids do in school, the more people invest in your community, and the greater economic impact we will have. So I encourage you to please visit us. Get your field trips coming downtown through HAS-IT, get involved, just come and stop by and introduce yourself, and we'll give you a tour of our building. So thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.